So Doom 3 just got released on the Nintendo Switch weeks ago. It's always been a game where my opinion keeps changing over the years. So I decided to give it another go. Spoiler, hated it. Filled with piss and vinegar, I moved over to the PC version for this review. Surprise! The game is much better, especially when not playing with those little Switch knobs.
If there was a hall of fame in computer gaming, I can say with all the humility in the world that there's absolutely a place at the top, or certainly near it, for Doom and Doom 2. And, there's almost a reluctance to go back and mess with the formula, almost like, a Hall of Fame running back coming out of retirement. Is he going to just sort of destroy his legacy?
People don't realize the hype for this game was insane. I remember buying it back in the day. I booted the game up and was treated with... The game was dark. It also didn't help that 2004 was a huge year for shooters. To mention a little game called Half-Life 2. Doom 3 just became that game that most people forgot about, especially after the release of Doom 2016. You can't buy the base Doom 3 anymore, only the BFG edition. The biggest difference being more ammo and a shoulder-mounted flashlight that runs out of juice very fast. But you won't need it as much since the game has been put through a gamma filter, really brighten things up. BFG edition also comes with a copy of Doom 1 and 2. No. 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 Hold up. And here we go. Sorry, console owners. You're gonna be stuck with that aspect ratio. It's not great. Doom 3 is the story of Sergeant John Reaper Grimm, who travels to Mars to save his sister from evil... Nope, we're not doing that joke. It's too easy. Don't watch the movie. Keep it away from me. Please change it. That is not what I meant. Although the imps throw fireballs, that's kind of cool, I guess. What the hell is that design? You know what? Never mind. Next time. In Doom 3, you play Marine, a newly transferred soldier sent out to the UAC base on Mars. It's your first day on the job, and your boss opens a door to hell, thereby offering up your soul for the forces of evil, like with most corporate positions. Also, the toilet talks to you. So is Doom 3 a good game? Yes, but it's not perfect. The first few hours is a slower survival horror game. It has a really strong atmosphere and can put you on the edge. All the enemies have been put in specific places to catch you off guard. Unfortunately, now that you have a shoulder-mounted flashlight, it takes a lot of the tension away, so if you want more of that, you're gonna have to go back to the original release. The second half becomes more that straightforward shooter. Still relies on some cheap tactics though. That doesn't go away. You should play the game on Veteran or Nightmare, because the increased ammo count just makes certain areas of the game a bit easier. Specifically, the constant ammo supply you're going to get for the machine gun is going to change things a lot. Now let's talk weapons. You have your standard pistol, fine in the beginning, but useless later. Machine gun that breaks the game a bit. Chain gun that deals heavy damage and just kind of sounds sweet. The classic plasma rifle. A chainsaw that is awesome and just turns enemies into goop. Grenades, which are a great addition, great for cleaning out rooms and killing certain enemies in one hit. A rocket launcher that goes boom real good. The BFG 9000, one of the most iconic weapons in FPS history. Now with a charge attack that deals even more damage. Finally, we have the Soul Cube, an instant kill weapon that immediately gives you your health back. What a deal. I mean, it only requires 5 kills. You know how low a number that is? 5 kills in Doom 3? You get that thing recharged in seconds. Am I forgetting something? Something obvious, something we all know should be there? Oh yeah, the shotgun. Kinda sucks. Now hear me out. I don't like the design. It's kinda stubby and reminds me of a Coke bottle. It's slow, and lasting damage output seems too low. But what really kills it is the machine gun. Why run the risk of getting up close and taking a hit when you can walk all the way back and take away their health just as fast from a distance? I mean, you can take out 2 imps with 1 mag. I actually did a small test with the shotgun on this imp I found to see how consistent the damage output is and the one-hit kill shot up close. Let's just say, results inconclusive. In 2002, they showcased a demo that showed more the survival horror direction the game was planning on going. A lot more atmosphere, very cinematic, cramped corridors, and fewer enemies. Look at the shotgun. It looks so much better, and it actually does decent damage. Okay, they knew from the start the machine gun was overpowered.
It really helped kind of deliver the message that, what Doom, was. Everybody knew what Doom, the original Doom was, but then they never knew what direction that we were taking with Doom 3. Original Doom demons are very classic in themselves. We knew that we had to bring the great ones back.
All your favorites are here. We're starting off with the imp. The game is packed with imps, and expect to be hit by them a lot when you open doors. Son of a... We also have the standard modern-day shooter soldiers that deal decent damage, but crumble under the mighty machine gun. 2 of them have shields. Just 2 in the whole game. No idea why. Cacodemons, which just look like floating balloons. They're kind of goofy. Speaking of flying, the Lost Souls are here, but rendered much weaker thanks to the machine gun. Pinkies, which are barely in the game, and suffer from Doom 3's teleportation problem. More on that later. We also have the chain gunners, which honestly will just ruin your day in seconds. As soon as you hear the whirring of that gun, run. Revenants look fantastic, but they are pretty easy alone. You just need to get in close and dodge the missiles, and you can hear them a mile away. The Mancubus, which is now more of a boss, but some do show up later. Their rockets are much slower in this game, making them pretty easy to dodge and kill. The Hell Knight are big, burly, beautiful beasts. I actually like the design of them, and clearly the developers did too, because they made them front and center on the cover and in the promotional material. It's a suitably creepy and intimidating design. Last of the old guard is the Archvile. He just summons weaker enemies like imps and just pounds you with that fire wave. Now let's talk new enemies. We have the Trites and Ticks, which are the same enemy, just different skins. You always see them coming because of the level design. Nice visually, but ultimately easy to counter once you see the signs. You're like zombies, right? Well, the game is full of them. They serve no challenge and only really damage you the moment they catch you by surprise. Cherubs, which are those edgy demon babies voiced by D. Bradley Baker, can be a real pain in the ass when a few of them start pouncing on you. Maggots, which are just... they're fine. Not really worth mentioning, but the Wraith is kind of the same enemy, except they have one big fatal flaw. They teleport. And it's the same teleporting problem that's present throughout all of Doom 3. Lastly, the Whip Commando, who is a close-range enemy that can hit you through walls and is a pain in the ass to kill. Notice anything about these new enemies? They're all close range, which falls into the level design and is the reason why so many people don't like Doom 3. Also, the game has bosses. I just don't care.
Situation on level 1.
I hate dunking on this game because the people who made it are smart. A lot smarter than me. They were trying something different for the franchise. The tech is brilliant and still looks good, especially environmental detail. The world is big, immersive, and just beautiful to explore and walk
I'm
around.
glad to see you.
The problem I have with the game is the level design, the actual size of the areas. You will mostly be running through small corridors, occasionally meeting 1 or 2 enemies. This is why the new enemies are so focused on close range, because of the small areas not allowing big firefights. And while you will barely see any mancubi, pinkies or cacodemons compared to the other enemies. There is a real lack of variety in combat encounters sometimes. It's only the later levels where they mix it up by introducing bigger set pieces with more room to move and a good variety of enemies. As it is, you never really feel trapped due to the machine gun allowing you to run back and keep a distance. Though sometimes enemies will teleport behind you, which leads to the teleportation problem I brought up earlier. A lot of older FPSs had enemies teleport in behind you and catch you by surprise. Even Half-Life did it. That's fine. The problem is that when enemies teleport in, they have a set animation that needs to finish before they can attack, but they can still take damage. For instance, you can unload on this pinky and kill him before he even takes a step. This happens a lot and is very prevalent in the Wraiths, since they teleport in and out as their method of attack. I've killed so many imps before they even take one step. All these combine to make the combat feel like the most uneven part of the experience. But you know what? Sometimes things come together and it's just a ton of fun. Okay, I'm exaggerating a bit. I like the game, but I also realize it has issues, and over time has aged more than the originals, but I still recommend it. If I had to give it a rating, I'd say give it a buy yourself and try it out. I'm not your dad. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Make your own life choices. So yeah, that's it for my Doom 3 review. I hope you enjoyed it, and... oh shit, there's more? Here we go again.